Hey guys, I'm learning TFT and I'm sharing my learnings with you so that you can learn and I can learn better as well. In this video, I'm going to share with you a coaching session with Broseph where I put together a list of questions similar to my last Q&A with Broseph that I posted, this time discussing 16.1b, how that affects the meta, Paris tournament, preparation, and a bunch of questions I had, stuff that I'm confused about, impact of the patch, etc., that I found extremely helpful and I hope will be informative for you as well. So with that said, I hope you enjoy this video with Broseph. I have a bunch of questions, and then depending on how long it takes to go through the questions, I have one or two VODs, like some spots that we can maybe spot check. But if we just go through all the
Sure.
questions, then we could just spend the time that way as well.
Yeah, seems very good.
First questions for Paris. Given that it's cutting the top 2 out of 8 in every lobby and then plus 60
Yeah.
after that, like what's your thoughts on overall game plan differences compared to ladder as far as like how you would approach it?
Yeah, great question. So I think in general, if you believe you are like reasonably top 3 in like top 3 by like actual skill in your lobby, you should play basically normally, I think. And the reason why is because I looked at some data I looked at some data on I looked at a cup and saw what did the top 2 out of 8 players, or in this case it was top 32 out of 128, how many points they have after 6 rounds or after 4 rounds, and it was about 21 or 22, which means you need to average a 3.5 or a little bit better than a 3.5 should be about what you're shooting for. Is what I would say. It I would be exceedingly surprised if you had to average any better than 3.0 to have a decent shot of making it out, I think. And like there could be some sims ran on that too.
Is that accounting for
That's
the
number one.
extra 60, or are you saying that
Not really,
3.5 is
no.
for just for
Not
the
really.
top 2 out of the 8?
3.5 is just for the top 2, with the caveat that I would expect at this tournament, where there are larger skill discrepancies, that more of the points are hogged by people closer to the top.
Right. So
Yeah.
this is
So
my lobby. I
mhm.
put together the elos.
Yep.
What's your general take on? I think I'm
Perfect.
top 4, like maybe because
Yeah,
these guys are pretty high.
if Relic is prepped, he should be better than you. You should be a little bit better than Eons, probably. You should be way better than Mr. MV. Uh, you should probably be better than Jod TN. You should. I don't know how good he averages that. Yeah, you should. Angora's, okay, Angora should be better than you, I think. You should be top 3 or 4. So I think you should be playing basically regularly. Like, I don't know how good their form is. I assume they're like trying reasonably. But yeah, I think based on seeing this, you should play about how you would normally play, I think.
Okay. Okay. And then as far as just playing in an open format in person, this will be like my first in-person tournament. Have you been to the
Yep.
previous opens?
I went to Vegas. I went
Okay.
to Vegas, and that's the main open I played at. And I played at a small number of in-person events too.
Yeah. Have you like noticed any significant differences personally for yourself, like playing in person versus just from your home? Like, and any tips on that?
Yeah. Yeah, so they're really loud, and I think that you might legit want to like you won't be nervous when playing on ladder, but you might legit want to like at least practice once playing with like loud street noises playing in the background on your headphones, and like have it be loud enough. Obviously you don't want to damage your hearing, right? But like have it be loud enough that like it's not the most comfortable, at least in your mind.
Uh-huh.
Because just getting used to that feeling of like thinking through a lot of noise is like, I think, the most jarring difference. Yeah, that's what I think.
How was it loud because there's a lot of spectators just talking in the background? It's just like this.
It's partially that. There's like partially a lot of like there's like the broadcast going on in the background. There's like ambient noise from I don't even know what.
The broadcast is
Yeah,
playing like on speakers through the whole like venue.
yeah, yeah. Anyone watching, yeah, it's there for like the at least it was like that at Vegas and like most other places. Yeah, there should be a lot of spectators too. Because there will be people spectating that are in other heats watching your heat, unless you're like literally third. You'll probably be less.
Okay, makes sense. A middle heat, so that should probably have the most spectators.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh?
You'll have a lot of spectators, I think. Actually, yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you have a prediction as far as if you think it's 3.5 for the top two? What do you have an idea of like for this plus 60 here?
Probably like it would probably not be more generous than 3.8. Like it's like probably you want 3.8 or better. I think.
Okay. So safe would probably be 3.5.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go through the patch then.
Yeah.
So I went through some discussions with some other challenger players, and these were like kind of our high level takeaways. I was valuing the bilge nerf at around 10 to 15 gold. Like I was just estimating the number of serpents that you would lose, and
Yep, I agree with all these. Yeah.
and you unlock TK a lot later.
Mhm.
And so I guess related to that, do you feel like the tier 1 bilge items are still worth purchasing if you're playing towards like a capped bilge board?
So the one relevant to this so here's what I think. I think you're certainly supposed to buy doubloon if it's convenient and it's your third Graves item. Because that thing gives, I think, attack speed and crit, I think. So if if it is a reasonable item, yeah, I'm right. 20% attack speed crit. If you're missing a slot on Graves, especially if you have IE, this is like quite a good item to buy, I think. If there's spots where it's useless, right? There's spots where like you just throw it on your TF, right? Those spots, I think, if those spots I would not prioritize the balloon, I think. I think in those kinds of spots, you're actually supposed to prioritize buying Captain's Brew, but I would actually be reasonably happy to buy either Captain's Brew or doubloon if there's only one of them in my shop in that kind of situation. Like you buy doubloon to have like a filler item and to like just farm some farm some serpents. I think the break even point is like kind of late, but having an item I think is fairly reasonable. And it like how many takedowns you get in a fight? Probably like 3 or 4 or 5 in a fight that you win, which means you're making it back in. That's a lot of fights.
Yeah, that's a
It's
lot.
probably reasonable in 10 rounds. So I think if you have it before 3-5, like 3-2, it's like a reasonable buy if it's like a dead item. Otherwise, if it's like any later than that, I think it's like very reasonable to buy brew. I think brew is good, especially if you don't have burn.
Okay. So it's really about tempo if it spikes your board a good amount.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. And then, all right, so that's bilge. Yordle, I valued at about a 28 gold nerf. Went from here to here, which makes it a lot. You want me to show
How
you
do
the
you get
math?
28?
Let me pull it up.
I thought it was often an 18 gold. Oh wait, no, that's for a 4-5. Yeah, I think it's like 18 plus 3 more rounds.
I was assuming
Oh no,
3-2 to end of stage 4 is when you have it.
I know how you got your number. Yeah, I know how you got your number. Yeah, that's reasonable. That's like reasonably common. Yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay. I think the
Just
main
know one thing to know is that it's a smaller nerf. It's a smaller nerf in portals that have more gold. Because if you have like high gold portals, like Party or like Scuttle, it's much more likely that you're going to be 4-5ing it, which reduces the size of the nerf.
Right. Okay. I think the main question I have is how much of an impact do you think the unit buffs will have on basically tempoing more and then
Yep.
going 9
Um,
later?
yeah, I calculated them to be between 5 and 7% buffs for the units affected.
Mhm.
Um, I actually didn't directly calculate Timo. I'll take a quick look. I calculated the other two. I'll take a look
It
at
is
Timo. Timo, you have
8%.
it? Oh, you have it?
Yeah.
Oh, did you calc the number already?
Yeah. 15 over 185.
Oh, yeah. 8%. And then, well, there's two parts to a spell, the secondary too.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
did not calculate this.
Yeah, and then you need to calculate it as a proportion.
Yeah.
On two star, it's like 22% buff actually to the DOT part. The DOT part represents it lasts for 8 seconds. So it actually represents 3/5 of the damage, I think, right? At 1 star, it's less. 5 over it's 16. Um, yeah. But the upfront part, okay, so this looks like a pretty sizable buff to Timo, actually. Obviously the DOT part is worse, right? It's worse because it's slow, but 8 seconds actually isn't too slow if your front line is good. So I actually think like 2 star Timo plus upgraded frontline should be much better on the next patch, I think. And the impact of the impact of that is, bro, I think if you combine that with the changes to Bilge, I would expect that I would expect that you win at least 2 more fights as a result of these changes. If you have a strong Yordle board on stage 3, which is not that rare. Like it's not that rare to have Rumble 2, Teemo 2, and Kennen 2 on 3-2. Like I don't think it's that rare.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I think. I think you can come out of stage 3 with 2 more lives, in my opinion, or 1.5 more lives, maybe.
Yeah. Which means you could even wait one more round before you go 9, which
Yeah,
is making
like the
up for some
big
of the
thing
gold
is
diff.
exactly like you can. The thing is, like, there is a small-ish but meaningful percentage of the time that you can elect to 5-1 it instead of 4-5, and then I think the gold nerf doesn't exist basically
Right.
because you got more turns of 8 Yordle in. Yeah, basically that.
What's your thought on the buffs affecting the Yordle 3-star viability?
Oh, um, I think if yeah, I okay, that's a good question. That is like kind of meta dependent. I would think that if Yordles are like still a pretty good opener, you like if people still play this to some frequency, it doesn't make sense to try to play 3-star Yordles at all because of the pool, because they're taking too many out of the pool, I
Mhm.
think. Like I would like really heavily lean away from it, especially because like actually okay, I think scouting is effective enough at being able to see if you can play it. Uh I also don't know what I don't know what the what is it called? I don't know what the uh what am I trying to say? I don't know what Teemo buff. Okay, yeah. I don't know how strong the board is in comparison to your likely opponents on especially stage 4 and 5
Mhm.
and the strength of this board right now. I would expect that it's hard to compare. I would expect that unless you like clearly see that it's good, you'll know kind of quickly if reroll Yordle is a good strategy, I think. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. I would just like check the stats relative to this patch, especially at the high elos, to see if ending on this 6 Yordle looks good or not, basically.
All right, so because these two econ engines or resource engines were nerfed, I'm
Yep.
basically assuming these are de facto buffed. I'm also
Yep.
thinking Draven could be stronger because there's fewer bilge players. What's your
Yep.
thought on the Draven line?
Yeah, I think the Draven line should be the Draven line honestly should be excellent, I think. I think it's good on this patch already.
Yeah,
Um
like I've had
it's
a second, a third, and a second playing that line.
yeah, yeah. I think it's great. I think the comp is great. And I think it's like one of, if not the biggest winner of the next patch, I think.
Okay. Um, overall, the caps of the board should be lower, and I'm wondering if that makes level 8 comp slightly more viable and possibly Lost Streak more viable.
Yeah. So funnily enough, near the end of the A patch, Lost Streak was actually decent into Diana from
Yeah.
a reasonable econ augment. But lower cap boards. I believe that should be approximately right. Yeah, that should be approximately right. Um, especially if that should be approximately right, especially if the portal does not have a lot of gold. Because your level eight's biggest issue was multiple opponents getting to high caps such that they go fifth, sixth, seventh, or like 4, 5, 6, 7 are like not great placements, right?
Mhm.
Um, given the bilge nerf, yeah, given the bilge nerf, which was like one of the big Fast 9 culprits, and the Euro nerf, assuming it works like they say it does, uh, level 8, level 8, level 8 should be better, but I don't know that it reaches the threshold because at a certain threshold, um, if the lobby leans more 8, uh, it further incentivizes more people to play level 8 comps, especially like a wider variety of them.
Mhm.
And if people lean more towards 9, it further incentivizes that because well, you get hit for like you if you get hit really hard 4 fights, that's a big difference between winning one and getting hit soft in 2 fights and getting hit big in 1 fight, right? Which
Right.
is like kind of what happens on this patch. So we'll see. I see like two possibilities, which maybe like it's not two possibilities that are not exclusive or binary with each other. I think that we'll fall in some spectrum of in the next patch of people fast 9 still a lot, but they use more of the different openers now. So like people use Ionia more, people use like Yordle a bit less, Bilge a bit less, but they still generally try to go level 9.
Mhm.
Or if the Senna and Kindred nerfs are hard enough, I think those units now become not good enough compared to the 2-star 4 costs that if that's enough, that would significantly empower the 4 cost comps, particularly in my mind, Yunara, Liz. I think Warwick, but the stats don't like Warwick that much. Diana still because Diana still because well, it's at the top of level 8, and there's one more that gets
Void.
wrecked by Kaisa especially. Yes, Kaisa gets like the most. Kaisa gets wrecked the most by those legendaries being strong because I think it has the least ability to fit them in well. So we'll take a look out for this one. It's it's possible that it's like pretty heavy fast 8, and it's possible that it's still pretty heavy fast 9, and it probably falls somewhere in between depending on how good your spot is, basically.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I've mentioned that with Warwick. So
Mhm.
Blitz, I was looking at the my previous analysis.
Mhm.
Blitz will now have at one cost the highest shield value,
Mhm.
480 here. This is
Mhm.
assuming a 90 mana rotation. Shen is
Yep.
650, but it's split across 2 units. Um,
Yep.
so I'm curious with the Blitz and Jinx buffs, how viable do you think a Rage Blades, like let's say you have a Rage Blade Slam and a tank item on Blitz, a 2-star Blitz, how viable do you think this could be? going into Warwick tempo?
That's a good question. Let me take a quick look at who the Razorblade holders early are. I think Jinx one item is probably still bad. Because Jinx is like super snowbally.
Yeah.
So
Ideal would
what could you
be
Ginsu on?
probably
It's
Jin
Briar.
2.
It's Briar. No, it's
Briar?
Briar. I think it's Briar for sure because he holds the other Warwick. She holds the other Warwick items too. Like Ginsu or like just like the other War. I mean, I think this affects this opener by far the most. I think. It was a 10% buff. Or like Kiana actually, like Briar or Kiana. I think for sure. Do you have a direct question for this one?
I was more so wondering. I mean, I guess you already answered it. You said Warwick probably
Yeah,
benefits.
I think it's more viable. It's for sure. It's for sure more viable. I think it's for
Okay.
sure more viable. I don't know if it's good, but it's more viable for sure.
And then Void also seems a lot stronger with Blitz. We can play around Cho, and if we have a Blitz 2, Cog 2 with Rageblade Slam, that seems quite strong now going into
Yep.
Kaisa. Okay.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on Lost Streak into Void? That was something that Marcel was like saying he's a fan of, especially if you can get Bard early with like let's say Calc Loss or Trade Sector or something like that.
Yeah, it should be fairly reasonable because it is actually one of the comps that it has a natural spike on 3-5, which is what you kind of want.
Mm-hmm.
In the Rift Herald if you have it on 2-1. So it's the thing is that here's the thing. For Lost Streak level 8 to be good, two things have to be true. You have to somehow stabilize before 4-1, which is like usually 3-5 at the latest. You need to win, like you need to be strong 3-5, 3-6. And then on stage 4, you have to have a board that on average wins 4 or more of the fights on stage 5. If that's not the case, it won't be viable because if you just run the math, right? Like you're like 4 or 5 lives on 3-5. If you lose one or both on average, then you're 3 lives, and if you're just out of lives, right? Is the problem. So you need to be able to stabilize early, and you need to be strong. So in order for this to be good, Kaisa on high gold, you need to figure out a way that gets Kaisa on a gold advantage to be able to win to be able to beat almost all of the other level 8 boards on average.
Which I think you can if you can, because there's 4 or 5 forecasts in that line, right?
Yeah. You need items really badly because the mutations are item amplifiers, right? So it's like econ first into heavy item second is what you probably want. Into probably items again third is probably optimal.
Yeah, like Priz TG is perfect for this line, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
So usually you'll get Rift Herald 3-5. Are you saying like let's say you have something like Calc Loss, you would push 8 on 3-5, unlock Kaisa then, and then have Kaisa on 3-6?
Oh, it couldn't be that. It would probably have to push 7, unlock Rift Herald on 7, use free rolls to use your free rolls to get your board together so that it's decent.
Okay. And then push.
Yeah, you can't 8 on
3-7.
It's too much gold.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you would push on 3-7 or 4-1 to get your Kaisa. It would probably be a painful 3-7 in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
Like you would do it on 3-7 to have it on 4-1, but you wouldn't be like your gold wouldn't be amazing.
If you were on full loss, I think that's where having Bard in for stage 3 could be really good because then I guess for first part of stage 2 and then stage 3, at least through 3-5. Then you get 4 free rolls in stage 3 plus whatever you got in stage 2.
Yeah, I think one tech I'll mention is that these what I've seen people do that I think is like very like especially the APAC players, which is when they're losing into anything, they highly prioritize having bilge just to generate some free gold. Because like if you're losing into heavy econ, like you might as well make gold somehow. And 6 Yordle is not attainable, right? Like that's not attainable. So you just hold all the bilge units and try to get gold. Try to get like, and then you'd only buy gold and then get out of that trait basically.
Do all the units have the same gold ratio? It's 15 gold for Alawi, and then It's all
The 3 costs are worse.
Okay, so just buy 1 or 2 costs, and it's.
The 4 costs also worse, but that's not that relevant.
Are they trying to get 5?
What's
Bilge?
up? Yeah, they try to play 5. Yeah, they try to play 5.
Okay, 5 bilge is just 2 gold per round, basically.
Yep.
I mean,
Which is very good.
that's
They're
lower
buffing
value
it too.
than that's lower value than Bard, though, right? In stage 3.
Uh, yes. Did you count the gold you have to pay for it though?
Yeah, so I think Bard is probably reliant on you having a 2/1 augment that
Free
has
rolls.
free rolls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I think actual gold that probably always gets outpaced. I think,
Okay. Yeah,
or like it's just not good with actual gold.
makes sense. With almost all the good 5 costs being nerfed except Annie, it seems like AD will cap lower than AP. Right?
Yeah. I would be careful because I think the Annie comp having Silas be good in the Annie comp was important, and Silas is noticeably
Okay.
weaker.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then, what do you think is the threshold for playing Yordle and Bilge now? Like Yordle, it seems like you want to be strong in stage 3 to have a little bit
Yeah.
more time. So that means you
Yep.
probably want to play it when you actually have mini Yordles now, as opposed to just literally one of each.
Yeah. At a conservative floor, it's probably 4 Yordle to 1, I think. And like if you want to be more conservative, it's on a gold portal, like a gold heavy portal. Now then you move up from there, right? So like maybe like having a Teemo, like maybe having a Teemo and a tier is good enough, especially on gold encounter, and you would basically gauge it basically. Like the things that would matter are like I think the literal number that you have. Like 3 is better than 2. Yeah, 3 is better than 2. Like on yeah, 3 is better than 2, and it's better to play it on a gold encounter basically.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I'd be looking for a Teemo and tier plus like hopefully Rumble pair or something as like things I consider. Just understand that also. Okay, you can understand 2 things. A, like Lulu 2 should be a bit better for killing units, and B, Teemo doesn't kill anything without reasonable frontline.
Yeah. Okay. How about Bilge?
Bilge, I think Bilge from win should still be pretty good, and the reason why is because the nerf. Like, you should okay. So if you kill 4 units, you get 8 from takedowns, and on this patch you got 18 from the trait. It's nerfed to 15, right?
Um, yeah.
Yeah, 15. Okay. When does that affect a buy interval? Let me think. Because that's the thing that like actually matters. Like if you're winning 8, so it's 18 plus 8, might be like 4 for a loss. Like you kill Tunas, 18, 8. So like you get 22 around, which is not quite. Okay, I think you lose. Okay, yeah, you lose. Okay, wait, this is easier to calculate than I'm making it out to be. You lose 3 around basically, which means over the stage you lose 15. Yeah, you lose a 15 buy. You lose a 15 buy on stage 2. And then on stage 3, if you can even profit if you play 5 bilge, but your board will be a little bit weaker. So I would imagine that the thing is, threshold wise, if you didn't have anything else better, you were always supposed to play bilge on this patch to generate anything. Like win or lose, you're supposed to play it. Lose, it should be it's like a little bit worse. I think you might still want to play it if there's nothing better, but at a at like if the nerf is if the nerf accomplishes approximately what they're trying to accomplish, you should not pivot away from a slightly better opener to play into it, basically. If the nerf is kind of ineffective, you would, yeah, if it's kind of ineffective, you would pivot off of like, I think even on the next patch, you would pivot off of like a weak Slayer's opener is like the most proximate into Bilge still, I think. And I actually don't know if it was right. I think this is the most pivotal thing. I think there were spots where you were supposed to slow pivot off of a reasonably strong Slayer's opener into Bilge, and the question will be if that's right anymore on the next patch. I suspect that that would not be right, but I'm not 100% sure. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
that's where I think the breakpoint kind of is right now in terms of decision making.
So another way I'm looking at this is basically bilge is 1 gold per round value, and if you have
Yep,
a board that can actually win fights compared to a weak bilge board, that's 1 gold
that's better.
per
Yeah,
round
that
that
should
you
be
can
better.
win, and if you can chain wins, that's more than 1 gold per round. So
Yes.
that's like kind of
Yeah.
the evaluation framework.
Yes, that should be better. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, can your alternate line? Okay. So that's bilge. Diana. I think what I'm thinking with Diana is, I mean, she was pretty sizably nerfed, right? Like it was
Yeah. It's a fairly large nerf.
like a 11% nerf. Oh, do you feel like her BIS changes pretty dramatically?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No? Okay.
The other builds also want attack speed.
Okay. Uh oh, do you ever flex between Diana and Slayers, or you're just committed Diana
I still think actual Slayers is depend. Okay, like
on Dark
it's
Info?
dependent on really heavy tempo or darken bow. I think like really heavy tempo. You can flex Slayers. You don't do it on this patch. This patch you still play Diana, but on the next patch you can flex Slayers. I think because her BIS is approximately the same as Aatrox's BIS.
Strong tempo. Okay. Items
Yeah.
same.
The problem is okay. Here's the problem. The problem is the moment you build a non-Diana item, you are a non-Dyna item, you're picking your direction because the next quote unquote the next non-Diana item that you build, in I or the non-BT Titans Ginsu item that you build determines which comp you play. Kind of. Like the flexible one is Even Shroud, but sorry, that's not flexible. Yeah. There's basically nothing except like one pure tank item, but that's like kind of bad if you're not extra, how do I say, if you're not extra items. Because if you're not extra items, you're in Slayers, you're required to have you're required to have three Belveth items too. And none of the Belveth items are very good on our BT Titans or Ginsu is the problem. Um, which means that the flex probably happens kind of narrowly based on the components that you see on 3-1 would be my guess, because you're gonna have to make other stuff to make it through that stage. And if you're slamming multiple tank items, you cannot have only tank items and Aatrox items and expect to win any rounds on stage 4, I think. So I think you can slam it and be flexible early, but the moment you start making other items, you know your direction, in my opinion.
Okay. And if you have Diana items and you want to unlock Aatrox, have you done the math on the Omnivamp? Like is Rageblade, whatever. Actually, none of these give Omnivamp, right? So is it just
No.
4 Slayer?
You need Yeah, that's the this is like the problem, right? The problem like four Slayer is Hodge plus wait, 12, 20. Okay, no. If you're Diana, you're required to make an additional healing item, right? In order to unlock Aatrox. And uh
Oh yeah, you get
And
there 20. Oh no, two
you need
Slayer
a
and
HUD.
BT gets you there, right?
No, with the darken bow, or are you talking about without darken bow?
We need 40
Two Slayers 10.
Omnivamp, right?
Yeah, yeah.
If we're
Two Slayers
pivoting
10.
out of Diana and we have her items, then one BT
Huh?
with two Slayer gets you there, right?
No,
Two
that's 30, isn't it?
Slayer, two Slayer's 20. Oh, sorry,
That's
that's
from two
10.
AD.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's AD. Yeah.
Okay, so then we need. Oh, and four Slayer doesn't even get you there.
You need if you so the thing is you basically never have the 6 is the thing.
So you need
But
an
if you somehow
augment.
have the 6, yeah, like Celestial can fulfill a role.
Okay. Okay, so actually that point makes it really hard to flex it.
The flex is very hard. I think it's it's almost a non-consideration.
Yeah. Okay.
Other than if you hit a darken bow on 3-2 with a tank item made, that's where you can flex it because then you don't have to make the omnimap item, and you have a good bell item.
Uh, Wait. If you hit does Darken Bow have Omnivamp?
15 attached to the
Oh,
trait.
okay. And then
You can check the trait. Just check darken. Yeah,
you wouldn't need BT in that case, or you would?
you would need BT, but you would have BT, right?
Right. Okay. If you have, is Darken Bow good on Diana?
No, it's bad.
Okay. All right. So it's where you were already angling Diana, and then you decide to pivot towards Bel'Veth because
Yep.
you see Darken
Yeah.
Bow. Okay.
Mhm.
Right. All right. Cool. All my questions for this patch. Anything else I'm missing as far as like major takeaways?
Um, I did you want to think about what are like the next best lines, or you kind of have something for that?
Yeah, I have that as a separate part of my to-do list
Oh,
to
okay.
discuss.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Yeah, so we can basically go over that.
Mhm.
So this was my like tier list for A patch. So
Mhm.
I haven't updated this, but
It looks pretty accurate.
I would probably move Dinah down to A.
Mhm.
I don't know if this still belongs here.
Yeah.
I feel like Draven, I don't know. Would you even consider?
You might swap Draven and the frog. I don't know.
Yeah, so this TBD.
Yeah.
I feel like Kaisa could be pretty
You had Kaisa
strong.
on A on this patch?
Yeah. No,
Did you how sure are you that's right? Like did you play it? It felt good when you played it?
Let me pull
Like the
up
spot
my.
I thought the spots were at the very minimum very specific to want to play it.
Yes, they were definitely specific. Um, okay, I got a second and a fifth. So I guess that's more like B
That's
from
pretty good.
before.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll keep this here.
Mhm.
I mean, Bard value kind of goes up a little bit. Otherwise, I feel like
Like here's what you probably want to think about. What could even be S tier? Like what can be S tier?
I mean, if we can get to Baron, like I think this can be.
Yeah, no, but like no, from a macro sense, right? Like considering where things are now and
Yeah.
how they've adjusted things to go up and down. So obviously, the things that were did they buff any of the A tier comps? Not really, right?
Yeah.
So either it's the case that one of the S tier comps are still S tier, which I actually suspect is the case for Annie, at least in some circumstances. Maybe not Giga S tier, but still S tier, right?
Yep.
Either Annie is S tier, kind of alone, or with one of the other A tier comps, or some of the level 8 comps passes Annie, maybe, but I don't know. I would guess it goes. Brock is just like early Ixtal until you win the game, right?
Yeah. I've never played this
Yeah.
line. I don't even know if I
Oh, I
got
play
three.
so much. I play it so much, man. I play that line so much.
But don't you need it at 2-1? Like I have literally have not even had three Ishtal in at 2-1.
It doesn't have to be at 2-1. It has to be at high HP is what you need to have it.
Oh,
Like, you could get on
okay.
3-1 if you have high HP, it's good. Like, if you're 100 HP on 3-1, you should be playing around it, I think.
Do you think so? The only time I actually played Ixtal is in PBE when the Ixtal augment was available. I didn't even realize that that was removed the last patch.
I didn't realize that was removed either,
Yeah.
actually, yeah.
So now,
Uh,
do you feel like that's an auto click to try to angle this?
wait, they're bringing it back on the B patch?
I think so. That was in the bug fix, I believe.
It was? Do I think it's an auto click? I could not really tell you. I would play it. I will play it if I get the spot or get a sense of it. I will
Okay.
see if a pro clicks it, and if they play it reasonably and it's bad, then it's probably bad. Yeah, that's what I would say. But because the thing is, like, it's a lot more powerful you can win if you can win. Which is kind of hard to do if you're taking the gold augment, I think.
Right.
Like, my most powerful situations where I have it are like, which game is this? Was this 2 days ago? It wasn't 2 days ago. But my most powerful situations where I'm gonna switch what I'm screen sharing are, and I'll show you the kind of spot just so you get an idea, because I suspect that this should be quite good. Upcoming. Oh, it was yesterday. Okay. Wait, I went second. Oh, it is this game. Okay, yeah. So one thing that, okay, obviously this is Rise Encounter, but I think it works kind of similarly to if it's not Rise Encounter. Obviously it's much easier to find if it's Rise Encounter. But the spot is like, I just am full tempo because if I see an Ixtal unit, I want to play around it basically. So I'm lucky to find the Milio on 2-2, which actually spikes my board kind of. And then you're playing Ixtal. You're trying to win where you can. What did I take? Did I take the lost one? I don't think so. Oh no, I did take lose 3. Yeah, I took lose 3 because I scouted my matchups and I looked weaker. Is why I took it. And then here. Oh, here I just got empty bench. So I just empty bench. And like, you could feasibly do this as long as you didn't take the gold augment and you have 3 Ixtal. This is like approximately the same, right? This is like approximately analogous to that kind of situation, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I get lucky here. Yeah, I get that one. Which I don't think is the health difference from me making it out and not making it out. Lose 4. I would be in more danger if I didn't have this. Like, for example, I would be like, with Ixtal spat, just so you know, you should like really be looking to make gargoyles because of the Skarner for 5. That's what you should know. That's really important. Yeah, here I take Horizons because it's okay on Loris now, and I'm pretty sure it's broken on Brock.
Oh yeah.
I lose these by like pretty small amounts actually. Lose 4. I take bronze for life because I'm a kind of greedy guy. I think you could take any other 2. I roll the shop 24 times plus 70, and then I think I can cash out. So here I roll all my gold on 7. Because I calculate the gold and it's like too much gold for 8. And like this round, if you roll this many times here, you're kind of expected to win. And like no one holds Sejuani. So I'm counting the rolls. Roll here. Get the Sedge. I barely win this round. And I have the Brock. So you want to get to 550. And then here, the Brock will probably be able to do enough to proc this one. So, and like if I didn't get tiniest, I'd be like a little bit less gold, but I'd have enough gold to proc the quest. And then I would be 1 3 3 3 5 3 6. I'd be 10 health less, so I'd have 17. If I lost that round, it'd be dicey, but it's still like basically a win.
How stable is Brock 1 usually?
How stable is Brock 1? That's a good question. It's with 3 good items, it's pretty good if your board is good. Like if you have a standard-ish level 8 board, which you should be able to have, because on this line you should be plus gold. Unless you have to like spend it on a bunch of BS. Your board it should swing the fight so that you win against level 8 boards, I think. And then here you cash on the 550, get a double dupe, and the game is over. Because the Brock 2 just wins.
If you're
I think
trying to have good items for Brock for him to be able to win once you unlock him, who are you? Are you usually
Vi2. Vi2, Kiana 2. Kiana 2 into Vi2, I think. Yeah. Like Kiana 2 first and then Vi2. Like some combination of BT, Sterax, GSIE, that kind of those items. And then here's just an auto win. And someone hit TK3 with 10 bilge in this game, so I didn't win. But yeah, that's like the vision for this kind of line, basically.
Gotcha.
All right, cool. We can go back to the thing that you were talking about, which is what is it? Oh yes, cool. So,
okay. So
I mean, this is
reasonable.
just. Yeah, this is reasonable, and you monitor these in the stats. I think like you heavily. It could be Kaisa might be S tier. Like Kaisa could be S tier. Diana could still be S tier. Draven could be S tier. I think like that's what I would monitor for, and Annie could still be S tier. Those are the things I would try to figure out as quickly as I can.
All right, so then based off of this, actually, I wanted to go over what I have for openers into which of these lines.
Sure.
So basically, I have Yordle opener into either Fast 9 angle or AP or mix into these angles.
I would add disruptor. I would add Noxus disruptors, I think.
To here?
Yeah.
What is that board on level 8 look like?
Yeah, it's 2 defenders, plus Swain, plus Arcanist, from the 2 defenders. You play a jug. It can be Briar, Nautilus, or Shyvana, ideally. And then you always play Seraphine, and you're trying to play around either Mel or Azir, whichever one you hit first. And obviously Mel comes from the Ambessa too. It's a third in the unlocks.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like Tarek's always good to throw on. And then like Senna or Fiddle are also good to throw on. Might be a little bit less true in the next patch, but those are the only guys characteristically with the auras. So yeah.
Okay. And then TF into Bilge, or actually this could be Raven as well now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ionia opener with XP gold ideally. Oh, the new Ionia buffs for the other traits, how impactful do you feel they are?
I mean, it's a pretty reasonable buff, but I felt like that one was like pretty far below the curve. We'll need to check playing it if it feels strong is basically it. So like I'd like ask around and see like is even in the study group, like if someone's played it, does it feel strong on stage 2 and 3, basically?
Okay.
That's like basically what you want to know. Like I couldn't tell you by looking at the numbers because I don't have a good conception of where it is right now.
Yeah. Do these like paths seem reasonable to you from Ionia, or am I missing anything?
Ionia would have to be AP heavy. Ionia. You play
AD I basically is if you have Rage Blade / Kraken.
Yeah, AD is simple. AP is you're playing off of Ari. What is on your front line? Wukong is on your front line. You could pivot, I guess, and it's fine. Yeah, I think. Yeah, Annie seems good. I think.
Okay, and then these three is basically. Oh, right, so then I guess the same thing here for Noxus disruptors. Okay. Noxus into.
I don't know if this is something that's like valuable to you, but I would say that like having to bail out from AP into, I guess Invokers is fine. Okay, Invokers is fine. The what was the other opener? I feel like the
Yordle.
Yordles, right? Yeah, Yordles I think much prefers to bail out into. Is that true? Noxus it's actually evenish. It's evenish. Never mind, I take it back. I think that the Ionia opener much prefers to bail out into Freljords, I think. Because of the Wukong and the bruises that you're playing around. Because you're farther. You're farther from the Noxus board, with probably less gold than Yordles would have, but it would be a little bit different on the next patch.
Because of Wukong, and then who else?
It's just the fact that you're holding Wukong and you're
Okay.
not holding any of the defenders on that line, right? Or you could hold the defenders in the Swain, but it's mostly the fact that you're like holding the lower cost bruisers. It's like it. It feels like to me that you don't have a good reason to hold. Actually, you see the bailouts are kind of not great, but obviously they're not great. Yeah, like I just feel. Yeah, it's like the Vi.
This one. Oh,
E-
wait, no, that's wait, this one.
yeah, from AP. Like it feels like there's more overlap here than the other way, basically, and I think that's about right.
Okay, yeah, because you're already playing these Ionia.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Noxus. Anything I'm missing here?
Mm, mm, AP looks right. It looks right on both ends. AD, that looks right. Uh, Second part looks right as well, I think.
Okay, Demacia opener.
I think Demacia. I think from Demacia opener, if you're just if you're yeah vertical Demacia, like I think you're like almost. Oh, I guess you could be both. I think this is right. I think this is right.
What's your take on Bane reroll? I have not played that at all.
I haven't played it either. I've seen it a bit. It seems like it has potential to be strong. I think,
Okay.
and like it is helped by the nerfs that are in the patch. It's helped a lot by stuff in the patch. Yeah. Oh, I noticed that you didn't have vertical Demacia on your list at all.
Here.
Oh no, like on your like tier list, but I guess
Oh,
it's like too conditional. Like
I
you
had
have.
it in B
Oh, I see.
here.
Oh, okay, that looks fine. Yeah, okay, that looks fine.
Okay, and then B tier.
So there's Targon opener. So this is like Zoe or Aphelios carry.
Yeah, I guess this is more so you just natural Leona would go here, and then
Mm-hmm.
if you have probably a Philios with a Rage Blade, he would go here.
You would have a tough time getting into Bilge Draven, I think. Even Aphelios. I mean, it's fair. The way you play around it, like you are. The thing is, Targon opener doesn't like truly exist, at least in my mind, because you're not trying to stay in it a lot of the time, right? Like you're building into something else. So
Yeah.
just this is like more of a bridge. This is fine.
Yeah, this is more like if you are trying to be somewhat strong in stage 2 and you slammed an item that would lead down one of these paths.
Yeah.
Okay. Bard. Oh, I feel like Bard can go towards Void as well. This is more like Lost Streak.
Yeah, lost streak free rolls. Yeah.
This is what else would go here?
Like for lost streak in general. Diana.
Okay, right.
Diana with eco.
Okay.
But it like kind of depends. Like all of this is contingent on what is actually the best level. Actually, what is actually the best level 8 comp. And if Diana is better than Kaisa, you would not want to lost streak into Kaisa much. Like that's why it feels like that's like Diana's like a much preferred strategy because currently it just beats it right now. Funnily enough, I think AD Kaisa. Oh, it would stick on it. AD Kaisa can at least run away, but it doesn't. Never mind. It doesn't work like that. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay. This is the only one that leads into Warwick that I have.
Yeah. Warwick should also be led into by Slayer opener, I think.
Oh, okay. I don't have. Yeah.
This is Warwick or Diana, I think. It's probably Diana first because you're not reliant on, or like however you want to order it. It's probably Diana first because you're not reliant on hitting enough Vise for the game to be playable.
Right. Okay. I haven't played any Shadow Isles. I'm not holding whatchamacallit ever.
I think the unit's okay. I think the line is not that good.
Okay. Like, do you think Slayer opener should be higher than C?
It should be higher than. Yeah, I think it should be higher than C, especially in the next patch. I would guess. In fact, if you know about Diana, it should already be significantly higher than C.
Okay.
It's just if you this was made in the context of not knowing about Diana being how good it is.
Okay. Okay. This seems reasonable then. Got like 5 minutes left.
Yep.
When do you ever play into Ixtal Bard versus the Invoker variant?
The Invoker variant.
Or sorry,
of what?
Or just Brock. Or let me see.
Like you're talking about like reroll Ixtal versus pushing Ixtal?
Yeah.
I think level up Ixtal is better. And if you're capable of playing level up Ixtal, you should. I think reroll Ixtal is like almost entirely determined by what your augment or what your 2-1 augment is. And I think like the real good ones are like it's like too much value and Priz ticket. And Priz ticket. If we'll need to double check the strength of the comp on the next patch, but I basically had that as a never angle on this patch because of its issues in terms of relative power to some of the very strong comps.
Okay. And in what spot, if you have a Draven early with Bilge, in what spots are you trying to reroll Draven versus use it to tempo to get to Fast 9 Kindred Senna?
Great question. On this patch, which this concept should sustain, you should much prefer playing Draven if there are people ahead of you on the Bilge line, like ahead of you in Econ and like maybe even HP. Like if there's even one person ahead of you, you should much prefer to play Draven, assuming you have reasonable components.
Okay, let's say there's nobody ahead of you, then what?
If there's no one ahead of you, you would probably wait till the point where you have to decide, which is probably 4-1. You would normally roll on 4-1 playing the reroll comp. You wait till 4-1 and see if you high roll unit copies / components. Especially in the next patch, if you high roll unit copies and components, like you have like the better your unit copies and components, the more likely you want to play this. Like if you're like if you rolled like a full IE, you only have a Ginsu, and then like you can buy a Bilge item, then you probably prefer to play MF, right? Because then you have like a much stronger like stage 4 with MF than Draven. But if you have like full Ginsu Kraken and you're on like 4 or 5 copies before rolling, then like you would more happily play Draven as an example. Those are the things you use to determine, and then you'll kind of get a feel for what to lean towards. But it would be like envisioning what your items would permit you to do on stage 4.
Okay. And then Alawi Hero Augment. Dish Soap has it rated very highly, but the stats look pretty mid. What's your thoughts on it?
Have you seen how he plays it?
I watched a YouTube video of him. Like he does not sit
He
at
tempoed,
5 and
right?
roll. Yeah, he tempoed with it. You
Did
think
he
most
hold it
people
the
are
whole?
playing it
Did he
wrong?
have? Did he have items on it the whole game?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. He just played like what 5 bilge the whole game or what?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that line's pretty good. It would be worse next patch, but yeah, this is like one of the lines that people would be like the stats would be horrible at deciphering if people play it well or not, or if it's good or not, because he's not playing it in the standard, in the average way at all.
Okay, so that's bad probably because people play
it. Yeah, like rolling on 4 or 5 or Ilaoi is almost certainly bad. What you want to do is you want to tempo and you want to like buy cheap Ilaois, and like the spot where it's good is probably precisely 3 bilge, item slam, Ilaoi 2. I would conservatively try to not play it or not click it unless I had all 3 of these.
these stats not showing up anymore. Okay, items, it should be, I think it was IEBT.
IEBT Sterex?
Okay, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, I think, oh, the Yonara board is my last question.
Yeah.
What's your take on this variant of Yonara list versus the Defender variant?
The Defender variant. What is the Defender variant?
Or I guess this one's not. It would be like this core here.
Yunara, Braum, Sejuani, Loras, Vi. Do you play 3 Ionia?
Plus these.
Oh. And then you have a flex slot, right?
Yeah, and then you could throw in like a 5 cost.
Right.
Oh wait, there's Ash, sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't played this one. I played the other one, and I think it's reasonable.
This one?
Yeah, I played this one, I think it's pretty reasonable. The other one I truly am not sure about. It looks like you don't want to roll too much for that one, I think. Like this one's cheaper and easier to hit, I think.
Right. The other thing is this one's just super hard to unlock these. Like you have to get into it from Yordle, right? Like
you would have to be Yordle, or you can get into it from Ionia with a lot of things on your bench. Like you'd have to you'd be hyper aware that you're trying to angle this. Right. And then you can do it. If you hold like every bruiser, every Yordle, you can get there, I think.
Okay, and then if you have 2-star Wukong and Braum or Wukong and Taric, who do you like itemizing more?
I think Taric's better than Wukong. I think who do I think is better between I'm pretty sure Wukong primary is better. Because Braum can draw projectiles away from Wukong.
Taric greater than Wukong, and then for the 80 flex value, you said Wukong better than Braum?
Yeah, I think so.
And because of Braum deflects projectiles.
Yeah, also because like fundamentally it should be the Wukong because he also has like a death passive, which is better for that to die earlier compared to later because it keeps more of the other tanks alive. Balance wise, I think they're kind of close, and I think because the balance is close, I would defer to what I would understand would be best fundamentally. I think.
Okay. And the fact that Braum deflects projectiles basically forces them to not be able to focus fire the Wukong. Is that the theory behind it?
Yeah, it draws damage away, which keeps it alive for longer and keeps the rest of your board alive for longer.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. So you will be no sessions through when?
I will be no sessions in the direct session the next week. I'll be happy to like discuss a bunch of stuff like either asynchronously or like I'll just like hop in when I got some time in the Discord during Week of Paris. But yeah, no like we won't be running the synchronous or we won't be running the VOD or the thing for next week while we're there.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Hopefully I'll see you in Paris then.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll do. We'll say hi for sure. And then yeah, hopefully someone makes it out. The structure's not very friendly.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can shoot them in either Discord or chat. Should be good.
Sounds good. All right. Good luck in Paris.
Thank you. Appreciate you too. Have a good night.
Bye.